Welcome everybody to the Small Ball Podcast. I'm your host, Bill Littler. Today we're not doing any interviews today. We're just going to have a show with me, and what we're going to do is watch favorite games and their endings. Okay, so thanks for joining first off, and also I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. This is going to be released on Christmas Eve, so when you see it, of course you'll be getting ready for Christmas. So again, thanks for watching. One of the reasons why I'm doing this episode, the one thing that I notice is a lot of people like watching the highlights. So when I post certain highlights and things with the interviews or whatever I'm doing, the viewership kind of peaks on that. So one of the things I thought of doing or thought it would be a good idea was to maybe watch some highlights, top plays at the end of the year, top games, whatever. And we're going to try this out and see how received it is, and see if this is something that we can probably do every year. When I first started doing this in fall of 2022, and the evolution of the network that's currently happening now, you'll see that the quality's really changed a lot. Different camera angles, improved cameras, the quality of the video and audio, even the announcing, I think is something that is slowly improving as we do this. So, the first thing I want to say too is if there's any businesses out there that you know of that would like to sponsor the podcast, I would give you this space up here for your logo, and it would definitely be other things that we can do for the podcast. But if there's anyone out there who knows of anyone who's interested in partnering up with the network, let me know or send them my way. What you're seeing here is a list of this is our BCSN favorite games. So, and these games were exciting for many different reasons. One thing too I want to point out is that you can see that these games have a lot of Central Valley in it. And the reason why is because my daughter played with Central Valley, and I followed a lot of their games and streamed a lot of their games. And last year was just supposed to be like a trial run, just to see if anyone would be interested in a network like this. So that's why I kind of used the CD games. One, because I knew I was going to be there watching them, and two, was just kind of a friendly environment for me to do this. And I knew that people from Central Valley would watch it. So the first game we're going to watch here is the Beaver Bobcats against the Central Valley Warriors. And this is just a fall scrimmage game, but between these two teams kind of have a rival. This game here was, the score was 5-3, so the Bobcats were winning. This is late in the game. This is the last inning, and the reason why it's 6 innings, I think, was because of time. So these games were timed, and time was reached. So this is going to be the last inning. The leadoff batter's up, which is Macy, and this was a pretty exciting play to watch. It does score a run, but I want to point out a couple things. So if you look at the defensive alignment, so when Macy bats, a lot of teams love to move their fielders, and notice the right fielder's playing way over here. Now, typically it's a good idea because Macy hits everything on the left side of the field, but this is going to be a significant thing here once the play plays out.
There's a bunt.
Yeah, you can see the overthrow, and it gets past the right fielder. And of course, with Macy's speed, she's going to make it home.
What a play.
Now, as exciting as that was, the score is only 5-3. So I don't know, as a coach, I would have done that. That run really doesn't matter at all. Having that, risking that out, which was real close, play at the plate. I don't know if I would have done that as a coach, just because you need more than her to win, and it would have been terrible if she got thrown out at home. But she scored, and the score is now 5-4. So that the next two batters made outs. I think they flew out or grounded out or whatever happened. But then you have Mia Schroed's up, and she has a big bat. There are two outs. The score's 5-4. This is the last inning, and this happens.
There's a nice hit. That's going to be in the gap. And she's going to get the second stand-up double.
Now, I think that if we were in the CV high school field, that could have been a home run. It was a pretty nice shot. Yeah, so it shows you how this is just a scrimmage game, and they're calling timeout. It shows you how bad they wanted to win this and how bad we wanted to win this.
See how she handles it.
So Aubrey Grader, she is a freshman here. She's probably real nervous in this situation.
I think I remember her. She made
But she's going to be a good ball player whenever she get. In fact, she turned into a good ball player by the end of the year. She was a key player on that team. But she has a bright future ahead of her. And I believe she's going to play. She's planning on playing soccer in college, not softball. But she is an athlete, and she gets a nice hit here. But third baseman makes a nice play for the final out. Here it is.
There's a ball hit. Third baseman makes a nice play and gets the third out.
So you can see the excitement of that game. And like I said, it's funny because that was only it's like a scrimmage, an exhibition game, but it was a lot of fun. Good game between these two teams. All right, so the next game we're going to look at, I know there's this St. James game, which was a really good game. Went into extra innings. It was a lot of fun. It's not really a Beaver County game, so I'm not going to do that one. I'm going to skip over it. But the next game we'll look at is the Central Valley versus Hopewell game, and this was a section game, and it was a really fun ending. So and Hopewell actually won walk-off style. So let's dive into this game. This will be the bottom of the sixth inning, and Central Valley is leading Hopewell 7-5. There's a runner on second with two outs, which is key because you can see what happens here.
It counts to. There's a ball that's hit.
Yeah, so that was a significant play. I know it's not in the screen, but that ball was actually dropped by the left fielder. And when you are playing tight division games like this, typically the team that makes fewer errors are the teams that win. So that was definitely one. And there was a couple errors in that game that really impacted the outcome of it. So let's fast forward here to the bottom of the seventh when Central Valley's still leading with a 7-6 lead.
Bottom of the seventh, CV's barely hanging on to a one-run lead.
So if you look at the scoreboard, this is the thing. At this time, the scoreboard was like a manual effort, and I had to go in and change it manually, and it was really hard to do and keep up with. So I'm so happy that the scoreboard has changed into something much easier. But if you could see that the score is 7-6 and it has the away team with 6, it should be the opposite. So Hopewell's down by 1 going into the bottom of the 7th inning. Batter is Jordy Glumack, and I do want to interview this girl. I may ping her mom on Facebook to see if I can get her to interview, but she's going to crush the ball. This girl probably has the most powerful bat in Beaver County. She just annihilates balls, and she did here.
There's a hit. That is a shot off the fence.
So Central Valley made a nice play, almost got her at third, but that ball, if that was played on any other field in Beaver County, especially if it was on Central Valley's field, that would have easily been a home run. So so now they're Hopewell is down 1 run. The tying run is on third, and there's still 2 outs.
Yeah, I was talking to the first base coach. She crushed that ball. There's a shot, and that gets through. That ties up the game.
Yeah, that was a tough play too. I mean, anything that's hit in that dead area between the outfield and the infielder, that's a really tough play for a shortstop. But it falls, and they tie the game up. So there's a base runner. The winning run is on first at this point. All right, so there's
All right.
yeah. So that's how they scored it. I don't know if you could see it. My circle might be in a way, but I think in that situation, you're playing your outfielders deep because you don't want nothing to get behind them. And a ball got hit in the outfield and got past the left fielder and scored the winning run. So that was another exciting game, and that was a huge section win for Hopewell. These two teams here, and I think Mohawk, they tied for the section title, and so this game was significant, especially for Central Valley. If they would have won this game, then they probably would have increased their chances of being the only section champion, so instead of having to share it. So, but hey, things happen. All right, so that was a fun game. Now let's look at the next game on our list. Is another Central Valley and Hopewell. Again, these two teams have met a lot, and they've played significant games. Now, what's interesting about this game is Maya Parrish, who's the pitcher for Hopewell, she had hurt her hand in a previous games, and this was her first game back to pitch. I know she pitched a couple innings before the game before this, but this is the game that she pitched a full game, and you could tell she wasn't 100%. So again, you can see the scores tied 3-3 going into the 7th inning. Yes, so Emma's up. Emma Weaver,
Full count.
She's a sophomore here.
Here's the pitch.
She's a really good hitter.
There's a hit. That's going to be in the gap. Opens up with a double. That's a big hit.
Yeah, so that was Emma led off with a double, and with nobody out, that's a really tough spot for Hopewell to be in.
What happens here is a fastball. So we got a runner.
Yeah, so the pass ball there gets past the catcher. She blocks it nice, but just kicks away from her enough to get the base runner to third. Now at this point, all CB needs is a fly ball or grounder through the infield, or now this batter, Mia Schroed, she is the cleanup hitter for this team. So I don't know, with the bases open at first, she really doesn't mean anything. The runner on third is the winning run. I'd almost consider walking her in this situation.
There's a hit. That's going to be it.
So there's another walk-off win. And that was a big section win there. Again, if CV doesn't win that, then they're not co-champions at the end of the year. So these section games for Beaver County, they're a lot of fun because they mean a lot. All right, so our next game we're going to look at, let's get into some youth games. So this is a 12U New Brighton versus CB Navy team. Now this is the Beaver County Fast Pitch League. And I think this is just a regular season game. So you can see that the scoreboard's changed. So this scoreboard is now the scoreboard that I use for the broadcasting, which is much easier. I literally have to click a button, a plus or minus sign to change the score. The only thing I have to do manually is change this inning thing here. And it even has a timer, which I didn't use very much, but these timers could be very, I don't know, handy to use, I guess, during these games that are timed. Yeah, so this is the bottom of the sixth inning. I don't think there's anyone out at this point. This is the first batter, and you can see the scores 12-11, and Central Valley is the home team. So we'll see. And the one thing I want to watch is the what I mentioned previously is the errors, and the errors really make or break you in these games, and you can see what happens in this game.
This has been a really entertaining game. Could be on our games to watch. There's a pop-up. Oh, she dropped it. She was under it. She just came.
Yeah, so that was the first error.
See what happens here.
And there's more.
Nobody out. Runner on first. There's a ball hit it.
Now, of course,
all right,
the one thing with these live feeds, especially in areas that don't have strong cell signals, and this is one of them. This field, I do not like streaming at this field just because of that. But you can see how it just cuts, and you just completely miss out a block of it. But there was another error that was made there. So there's runners on first and second with nobody out.
And winning run.
You can see the replay. I don't know if you can call that an error, more so than a mental mistake. You know, a player just not in the right place at the right time. I don't know if you would book that as an error, maybe.
There's a ball hit back to the pitcher. That's a tough play.
Yeah, so that's another play that you would think that the pitcher could handle that.
Out.
But, I mean, it is a hard play. Now, again, I later found out that this score is actually tied right now. It's not 12-11. It's a tie ball game.
Winning run at second.
And even when I was announcing, I thought it was, 12-11, and it isn't. It's 12-12.
There's a hit back to the pitcher. That's a tie game.
So that was the winning run, and you could just see the pitcher. A lot of times, girls at this age, and even girls that really don't play travel ball. I don't know the story of the pitcher here, but in those situations, that's really stressful. You catch a ball like that, hit hard, make a nice play, and you just don't. You don't keep your mind. You're just like, oh, overreaction, and she went to first and should have went home. And who knows, she may or may not have made the play at home, but that was another good game. And these games that are like this make announcing exciting. And this is part of the reason why I like to do this and bring this network and games to everyone who wants to watch them. So. Okay, so now we're going to get into the playoff games. So this is the Beaver County Fast Pitch League playoffs. And this game is between another CV team, CV10U team, and Ambridge. And Ambridge has a really good pitcher here. And you can see I now have replay and also have an angle of the batter's box. And this is when I feel the network really took off and reached where I want it to be. So these two teams have a history at this point. Every time they play, it's always been really tight, really exciting. I know these guys told me before I streamed this game that it's going to be a fun one, and they weren't lying. So it's 0-0, actually into extra innings. So we only play 6 innings in this league. So this is the second extra inning. So it's 8 innings here, and you have one of probably Ambridge's best hitter at the plate, and let's see what happens here. Oh, there is a runner on first too, by the way.
There's a ball hit, and that just hit me. The ball's going to get in, and they're going to send her home. Play at the plate, and she's not going to get there. Ambridge wins.
Yes, that was pretty exciting. You can see Ambridge's coach was a little bit hyped for that one, and you have that, when these teams play in these high stake games, you get emotional for sure. So we'll pick up this game. So this is the 10U championship game against the Ambridge team that we just watched against Blackhawk, and these two teams are also very good and very very competitive teams, and we're taking it in the fifth inning because this is when the winning run was actually scored by Blackhawk. But we'll see what happens here. This is a really nice hit. And very aggressive
nice
base running, too.
And she's going to go, too. She'll be safe.
And I like this player. I've been watching her with Travel, too. She's a
nice
really, really nice player. Very aggressive, softball IQ. She checks all the boxes. So you got a really fast and aggressive base runner on the bases. She's going to steal.
Safe. It's network bonding in it. Nice bunt.
And there you go.
Yes, they did.
So they did make a nice play. And at this point in the game, that's the right play.
It was a real nice
play. And it is the fifth. And you want to get that out. So that was the right play.
Nice play to get her out, too.
But, yeah, that was the winning run. And I'm going to take it to the last inning so everyone can see the excitement from Blackhawk. Yeah, so this is the seventh inning. The inning is wrong on that. The only thing that I have to do manually is the innings, and I have to get better at that. But this is the final inning. So this is the sixth inning, which is the last.
This is the top of their order. This could be exciting. There's a hit. That's foul, and it's going to be caught. And Blackhawk is your BC FPL 2023 10U champions. Congratulations, Blackhawk.
So there you go. That was a good game. That was a real fun game. So we're going to pick up this game. This is Valley Rage 16U versus Valley Rage 18U in one of Rage's tournaments this past summer. Right now, but what's funny is both these teams were wearing the same uniform, so it was kind of a little confusing when you're doing this. But right now, the team that's batting is your 18U team, and the team in the field is the 16U team. And this is the last inning time has been called, so this is the final outs here. And there's runners on first and second, and I don't know how many outs there are. I don't have it marked. I need to figure out how to do that on the scoreboard, but that's where we're at right now. Let's join in and watch this.
There's a hit right back the middle.
Yeah, that was a really nice play by that pitcher. And she almost made the out, the final out. That would have been a double play, which I think would have ended the game.
Almost doubled it up to end the game at second.
So now there's two outs in this situation here, and there's runners on first and second.
18U's last out. There's a hit. And that is
that ball
over their head.
Hit the fence.
That's going to score the tying run. And here comes the winning run. Got her. It was a real nice play.
I love this umpire, too. This umpire is like my favorite. He's so good with the kids. Just a really good umpire. Probably one of the best umpires we have in our area. But yeah, there you go. So the game ended up being a tie. And you can see the 16U team is happy about that, and I'm sure the 18U team was a little disappointed, but that was a nice shot by, and that was Liv Munoz. She's going to college. Where is she going to college? I think, is it West Lib maybe? I forget where she's going to college, but she actually used to play on my travel teams whenever I coached Valley Range 05. She's a real good player and a great family. This is 8U action, and you can see the game is 16-15, and these games are really exciting in 8U tournament speed. So you have different rules where that you have to kill the ball in the circle. There's more action. It's exciting. I actually really enjoy 8U softball.
15, tying, run on second. There's a hit out to the outfield. It gets past her. Ball still live. Nope.
Yeah, so you can see they killed the ball. So now it's tied up. So you have and I'm assuming the winning run is on second. So let's see what happens here. And this is a tournament, so these games, they're competitive and a lot of fun. Yeah, the other thing, there's hash marks too. So if the ball gets thrown into the circle and it's stopped, the umpire has to decide whether or not the base runner achieved that hash mark. If they do, they get the bag. If they don't, they have to go back a bag. All right, so at this point, there's 2 outs now, and there is a runner on second, and this batter here is the tying run. So let's see what happens.
There's a hit. Back to the pitcher. Throw to first, and that's it.
Blackhawk gets the win. I like 8U. 8U's a lot of fun. All right, so now we're going to get into some travel games. So this is Rage Heat Pack against Steel City Select. What is it? Steel City Athletics. And this is a fall league, and you can see that this game actually was delayed to start because of the fog. You couldn't see anything. And with me in the outfield, I have that camera angle that zooms into the batter's box. You couldn't see. It was bad. Here's a view with the fog. You just couldn't see. It was pretty cool.
Sun's in my eyes, so I'm gonna have to.
At this point too, I have a boom mic right now. You can see it right here, this little fuzzy thing. It's a boom mic now, so it picks up the sounds of the game a little bit better than what the mic on the camera did. So that was another improvement that we made here.
So I don't know what it's talking about. There's a hit. And that gets past the right fielder. Obstruction was called.
So that's going to tie the run here, tie the game.
That's tricky.
And the umpire called obstruction, I think, on the first baseman.
Obstruction was.
Let's see here.
Past the right fielder.
Yeah, he called obstruction. Now, when the obstruction's called, this base runner, only if obstruction calls it over here, a lot of people don't know this, but if the obstruction call is on your first baseman, that umpire has to decide if that obstruction call would have prevented her from reaching second base if she would have been thrown out. It doesn't do anything with third. So it's not like she automatically gets bases. It's a judgment call based off of the umpire. Now, if he thought that she could have got third if that obstruction call, I think that he could make that call as well. But in most cases, it's the first base that he gets called on. This is the base that's in question. Rarely does it go to 2 bases like that, and I'm not even sure if they can, but it's really a judgment call on the umpire on what he thinks that base runner, if she could have been safe without that obstruction call. So just kind of a learning moment there for some of you out there. So now we have a 6-6 game. And those of you who know the name Henry Frangle. That's who that is. That's this guy. He's like the head umpire in our area. He's the guy who schedules all the umpires for you. So he's a very busy guy.
There's another hard hit.
So that'll be the go-ahead run.
Past the outfielder.
Aggressive base running there.
The throw is high.
That was actually a big play there to hold her there at third, because it is 7-6. We're going to fast forward to the last inning because
it's the home team. There's a ball in play. The second grabs it, throws it to first. She's going to be out.
So it was a nice play, get the out, but did give up another run. So it's 8-6. So yeah, let's fast forward to our
big run right there.
Last inning.
Sweet man.
All right, so Rage is down 8-6 here, and it's getting late in the game. Remember, these games are all timed. So let's see what happens here.
There's a hit. And that gets past the fielder. Going two, and she.
Yeah, they say outfielders win or lose games, and it's plays like that really make a difference.
There's a hit back to the pitcher. Get the out.
So that was a smart play to get the out there. And that run scores, but they still have a lead with nobody on base. It's kind of what you want to do.
Through the infield, and she'll get there.
So that's the tying run on first here.
There's a hard hit. That's going to be over the right fielder's head. She gets it into two, and they're going to hold her up. So second.
So again, outfield. The outfield is so important, especially when you get older. Not so much in the younger ages, but when you get older. When girls are starting to hit with more power, drive the ball in the outfield, those outfielders are so important. So now you have the winning run on second base. Yeah, it's funny here.
Some girls I know, some I don't.
You can see this. It is strike three against the inning, but no one knew it except for the umpire. That's it. That's game. Then they finally get excited.
That's the inning. Or that's... Are we still playing?
The one thing with me sitting in the outfield, I don't really hear a lot of what's going on. But I think this is time.
Is that game? Looks like it.
Yeah, it's game. But I kind of... I'm not really plugged in when I'm in the outfield. It's kind of hard to follow. But
get you on the next one.
Yeah, that was a good game against two good travel teams. So this game is between the same athletics team, and they're playing a different Rage team. This is a first-year Rage team, and the coach actually is the slapper when she played college ball. So she has a lot of slappers on her team, which is pretty cool. But you can see the score is 11-7, and they really make a push to come back here in this inning.
Ball four.
So you get a ball four base runner. So we have another slapper.
Ball play. Missed the force at second.
Big air there. Gets past the outfielder on the backup. It's going to score a run. Yeah, that's the whole idea with slappers. They just make chaos. That's what they do. Then I think there's another slapper here.
Oh, caught it on a fly. Doubled her up.
Yeah, that was a big play there. So she popped it up. Third baseman makes a play.
Got to keep those balls on the ground.
And
it's a nice play by third.
Runner on third was a little bit too aggressive. So we have another righty batter finally. There's 3 slappers in a row, then a right-handed batter. So she gets on base. Yeah, so the base runner takes off here.
Slow, good eye. Ooh, still tip.
Catcher made a nice play, but she was safe. It's aggressive. So another hit.
That gets through the infield for a hit. Scores 1. Tying run.
So Rach is coming back.
On first base. And I'm guessing this is the last inning. There's a ball play. Second gets it. And an error is made.
And I keep saying errors are so important. And if you make a lot of them, you're not going to win.
Yeah, there's 2 outs. That should have been a play at first.
So now the score's 11-10.
Oh, this is a big hit here.
Remember, there are 2 outs because of that double play. Again, base running error. That's another error there. They could have the game tied right now.
Swing. She wanted it.
So the runner did advance to second. So the tying run is on third, and the winning run is on second base here.
There's a ball play. Second to first, gets the out. That will end the game.
Yeah, that was a nice play to end it. This is the start. I'm going to see how many people like watching this, and I'll be able to gauge it based on the analytics and who's watching it. And I may do this more. Maybe have not so much games, but maybe we'll do like a top plays of the year thing. It'll be something that I have to keep track of through the seasons when I'm doing this. So, but it's something that I think I'm gonna try to do just at the end of the year type of thing. I do appreciate if you can actually subscribe, and if you're like videos, comment on the videos, share the videos on YouTube, all that stuff. It helps generate the traffic that we need to get where we want to go. So yeah, and again, if I don't remember if I said it already or not, but I wish everyone and their families a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. An exciting time of year, and we're still trying to show some softball while it's snowing outside. So again, thanks for joining us, and please follow us and subscribe if you haven't. I appreciate all that. All right, check you next time.
You know who made it.